Hello, it's Stefania, and I talk about spiritual things. Today, we talk about how to find your true purpose and how to follow it. So, if you do want to find your true purpose, please stay tuned. So, the first thing I want to mention is how to communicate with your subconscious, because to know your true and real purpose, you gotta communicate with it, because it's only the subconscious that knows really what you were born to do in this life. This method in my previous podcast, it's very effective in my opinion, and it's pretty easy. So basically you just relax, you breathe 2 to 3 times, you relax every muscle of your body, and then you ask your mind to take you in a beautiful place for you, and then you ask a question, whatever question you want to ask, and you simply wait for the answer to rise. It's very important to not force the answer, so you just have to wait for the answer to rise on its own. The first few times you're going to do this, it's going to take longer. It could even take up to 24 hours. Of course, you're not meditating for 24 hours, but of course, if the answer doesn't come straight away, you can just stop the meditation and keep going with your day. And usually what happens is the answer will come during your day while you go on with your things to do during your day, unexpectedly, and it will just come as an insight, a sudden insight. And of course, the most you're gonna practice this method, the better you're gonna be, and the faster the answer will come, I promise. And to know what your true purpose is in your life, you gotta ask this question, this specific question, which is the following: if I could be anything in this world without fears or limitations, what would I want to be? So once the answer comes, it's very important for you to trust it, to trust the answer, because what will happen is a lot of fears and limitations, limiting beliefs will arise because they want to sabotage you. They don't want you to be happy, and they want to keep you in the same place that you've been so far. So I also believe that there are negative entities in the spirit world trying to influence us and to keep us from our true purpose, but that's for another podcast. If you want, let me know. And so it is very important to overcome those fears and those limiting beliefs. So what I want you to do is do the shadow work. And my favorite method is journaling. If you want, I can make another podcast about what did I specifically do with the journaling method to debunk all the limiting beliefs and fears that I had, or a lot of them. But you can do a day-to-day work, using the same subconscious communication method. It's just very useful to ask your subconscious questions every day, or as much as possible, about your life, about your happiness, about your job, about your purpose, just anything you want, just to have a clearest mind possible, to be in alignment with your truest self, with your subconscious, and just to debunk all the limiting beliefs that you have. The other very important thing to me is to pray. Exactly, because prayer is very, very powerful. Despite whatever you believe or not believe in, I do believe in God, and God does exist, and He will help you definitely. So just pray for clarity, for motivation, for help, for strength to overcome your fears and limiting beliefs, and to follow your true purpose. So the other thing I want you to do is just to start to do things that go towards your true purpose, even if it's not the full package, but just little steps. Because if you have fears or limitation, it's going to be hard for you at first. So just start with a little step that goes towards that direction, and that allow you to ignore in a certain way the fears or the limiting beliefs that you have. And then the more you're going to do things aiming to your true purpose, the more the fears will go away, etc. So that's a very important thing. The thing I want you to know is just that you'll never be truly happy with yourself if you don't follow your true purpose. I don't believe we're here on this earth to be happy, to be honest, because we're here for the challenges. But of course, it's gonna be a little rough if you start doing things that are just out of alignment or just completely different from the things you were born to do. And your life could even turn into chaos, as it did with me, because it is God's way to tell you you're on the wrong path, basically. So it is very important that you trust your subconscious, the answer that come to you, and just try to do things to follow your true purpose and to take action about it. So that's that about the true purpose. If you have questions or ideas for new podcasts or videos, let me know. I'm on TikTok and YouTube as well, and I'll see you on the next one.